We are good to go. We haven't quite gotten our positions sorted out for Med City yet. We'll do that for you folks so we can actually call the action. But right now the medics are starting out, or the Mayhem are starting out with some light pressure in the backs. It looks as if they're going with a 3-5-2 formation, Andy.
That is true. And the first thing that I've already noticed is it looks like the sun is going to be a pretty big factor for the Med City goalkeeper. He actually chose to wear the hat.
Wearing the cap, yeah.
And he's been adjusting it nonstop here.
Looks like Troy Lewicki getting his first touch of the action into Miles Norvu, who sends a long ball. Looks like it's in on Nick Hutton. Great switch by Max Stigward, and Eli Goldman is on unlucky first touch there. One of the things, Andy, that the Crows had trouble with was figuring out the lines of pressure as Med City Francisco Neto gets a touch on the ball. Good clearance. A little bit of no pun intended mayhem there in the box, Andy. But what I was trying to get at before that was Minneapolis City had a tough time with trying to figure out with the last two games of when they're going to go and when they're not going to go from a press standpoint. So look at that early on. But right now we have our first corner kick. Looks like Francisco Neto is taking it for Med City.
And like we talked about, I mean, like we expected, there's going to be some early pressure from Med City.
It's as if we're going to redo that one. Getting our numbers all sorted out here. We will give you names in a second here. We know our guys. We don't know theirs. Great block by Nick Hutton, implying good pressure. See, here's what I was talking about, Nate. Here's where we need to get that line of pressure up and cut this off. Because a bad ball like that, and if Max Sewar was able to control that, we have a clear opportunity to go 3-on-1. Looks like offside call on number
21, Esteban Garcia.
Esteban Garcia. So we have our first offside call. Looks as if the Lions guy is going to call it tight tonight, Andy.
Yeah, you know, I was watching the refs before the game. Very professional.
They're amped up.
They, you know.
Charlie Adams with a little bit of danger. So this is what we talked about, Nate. It looks as if the Mayhem are going to do that high line of pressure.
For sure, you can just tell that they're pushing forward very aggressively, and
well, they need this one.
Yep.
Great move by.
Can't see the number from here.
Oh no.
An early goal.
An early goal. I think that was number, was it 15? But an early goal 3 minutes in. Not ideal for Minneapolis City. Looks as if maybe a deflection. Lewicki didn't dive for it, so I don't even know if he even saw it. But that's what happens with that high line of pressure. Med City needed to do that, and we talked about it in the run-up, Andy. The first 15 is important.
Yep, and we're just waiting for the player to turn around so we can see his back.
Still waiting.
Some numbers on the sleeves would be helpful.
15.
15. So number 15 with the goal, that's Marcus Fernandez.
So now what do you think the response is, Andy?
I think the response is we just need to hold some possession here, get some touches in. We really haven't had a string of even a couple passes in a row so far. And Med City still just with a high line of pressure. And you can really tell that they just really want this win here. And it's just really going to take the Crows is just need some simple possession, kind of get back in the game, calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Garcia out to Alabasi and back into Garcia. Eli Goldman checking deep here, but finds Alabasi on a good run. Med City is content to press all over the field here, Andy.
Yes, they are. They're definitely playing very high, and City is, like I said, is just going to need to relax and pick out their spots and look for the open areas because there's definitely, some room in the midfield, and we just need to take advantage of that and play smart and play nice, simple passes.
The important part is just to not lose sight of what works for City here. You know, you're down a goal. It's happened before this season. Nothing really to worry about. Great 1-2 by Will Kidd and Whitney Brown there. Unfortunately, that touched a little heavy. But the problem is if Med City's going to keep that high line of pressure, it's going to tax the central midfield, Andy, and we're going to see a lot of tired guys who maybe won't be getting back, and Minneapolis City could expose that. Nick Hutton on the ball here. Get his first touch. Eli Goldman on the ball. Out wide to Aaron Olson. Aaron Olson had a fantastic game against Med City the first time around down in Rochester. Puts the cross into no one. That goes into, is that Jarvis?
That is Jarvis, A.J. Jarvis, wearing the hat, keeping that sun out of his eyes.
So, Andy, do you think, as Med City plays around the back here, do you think they're content with one goal?
No, I think I really do think I mean, they have 4 high right now. They're really just trying to press. Cross in the middle.
Good clearance by Garcia. Good track back by Max Stigward. Unlucky. Nick Hutton. I think what the Crows can do here is perhaps, if they can get that bout of possession, Andy, lull Med City into a false sense of security here, and then look to strike them on a counter. Long throw from Nick Hutton goes straight to Jarvis. I don't think Jarvis was realized that Hutton could throw that far. It's about a 30-yard toss.
So, I mean, even if you look right now, they're sitting 3 high while they have the ball. They're really looking to attack City.
So how do you counter that, Andy? Is it a formation change, or is it a personnel thing you have to look at later on in the half?
I think really if they're gonna sit 3 high, then I really think that it's gonna open up kind of the middle third of the field, and City's really gonna have to work. I think playing it to the middle while they're trying to get out of their own end, and then look wide from the middle.
So we have our first foul of the game by Med City captain Ignacio Mila, number 6. I didn't really see anything in that, Andy. I thought it was a good 50-50 play, and he won the header. But they are unhappy, and now Coach Neil Cassidy is all up in arms with the 4th official.
Oh, he's fired up. He's a fiery one.
It looks as if the referee got the direction wrong, and that was for Med City. So either way, I don't think there was a need for a call there, but at least he got it right. Now Nick Hutton is a little confused. Technical director Adam Pribble up off the bench, also confused. Med City swinging the ball in the back. They're content to be direct today. Nick Hutton. As if payback for the foul there. Captain Ignacio Mila kicking the ball away. A little unsportsmanlike conduct there. The referee is going to nip that one in the bud, let him get away with a free one, and then no more for that guy.
Correct.
Even though maybe disagree with that earlier call, Nate. Andy, I keep calling you Nate.
That's right.
Force a habit. I talk to Nate once a week on the world famous People's Pitch podcast. But I think the referee's been in a situation to make early calls, so I'm definitely okay with them as long as there's a consistency about it.
Exactly. That's exactly right. As long as we're being consistent and keeping it fair. And I think a part of it from a referee standpoint, too, is they have to kind of set their tone of the game as well.
Miles Norman out wide for Alabasi. Zuhair has some space here if he can exploit it. Finds Eli Goldman. Goes wide to Nick Hutton. Maybe overcooked it a bit. No, Nick Hutton's on it. Good first touch.
Excellent move.
Did everything but the final ball there. Good win by Charlie Adams. Oh, unlucky. A little too cute there for Eli Goldman.
Yeah.
I think he had time to turn actually the other way.
Exactly. It was almost as if City needs to communicate a little more, let him know what he has there, because he definitely seemed like he had time to turn.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the one thing that I've been noticing so far is I just think that Med City is doing a little bit better of transitioning. So if you look, they're pressing high, but then when we get the ball, they're really tracking back pretty quickly and filling in the gaps. So
unlucky idea by Alabaster. Right idea. Sorry, continue.
So it'll be interesting to see if the hot humid weather we have, if they can keep that up for the entire game.
It's gonna wear down on them.
Because they're definitely like now they don't, not even out of their own third, and they already have 4 players past midfield.
Coach Cassidy clearly has an objective today. Get as many guys forward and get the ball there as quickly as possible. The problem is that, like I said, that's going to wear down on them. There's no way that can happen for 90 minutes. So it's just going to take that one instance where Minneapolis City can crack that code, maybe win a good 50-50 challenge in their defensive third, and then spring one of the attackers on the counter. But I mean, I don't know if it's just me or if you agree, Andy. Minneapolis City doesn't seem phased that they're down a goal right now.
No, and I think, one of our keys about, the first 15, while yes, they gave up the early goal, but I really do think that they're working the ball around a little bit better. They're making good passes. It's just they seem to be missing that final pass to spring a guy in or to get a good shot. But they're definitely have more possession and are definitely working the ball a little bit better now.
Whitney Brown is in on goal. Oh, lost his footing. That was kind of just, in general, an awkward sequence. It looked like a couple guys were kind of thinking one thing was going to happen and the other did. But Whitney Brown with the Crows' first opportunity on target today. Probably wants more out of that one.
Yeah, I bet he wishes he could have that one back because he definitely was, one-on-one with the keeper there, and obviously he had guys coming from his back, but it would have liked to put a little bit more wood behind that shot.
I'd like to see Eli Goldman fire one there instead of trying to play that pass in.
Yeah, it was kind of like an awkward touch and exchange between him and Whitney there, where I think they were almost unsure of who was going to be laying off to who there.
Right. Med City with all day in the back here, and the thing is that that's okay for right now. Like we talked about being in the first 15. If they want to possess the ball back here, it's just giving City the opportunity to clog up the lanes.
Yep.
Through ball in to Francisco Neto. A little too overcooked. Was that from number 11, Tristan Jume? We're going to go with Jume today.
Sure, works for me.
And I believe it's not Tristan, it's Triton Jume.
Triton, okay. See, I thought that was just an error on your part for forgetting the S.
No, Triton is his name.
Okay, well, sorry, Triton.
Make it up to you later. Big T. Alabasi. A little bit between decisions there.
Kept it in, almost went out.
Good switch by Eli Goldman to Captain Aaron Olson. See what he can do here on the side with Nick Hutton.
Oh, see, just a little miscommunication there. Like I mentioned earlier, we need a little bit more talking out there, a little bit more communication amongst the City members. But like you mentioned, John, they definitely don't look phased. They just, like I said, they just need to, that's that final ball that's just kind of missing from their game right now.
Three players up top, 2 overloaded on the left side. This is something that we've seen from Coach Cassidy before. And it was the need to find direct passes into a striker like Francisco Neto who can finish. But the problem is that it gets predictable after a while. And in the last few matchups between these two teams, that predictability has bit them in the end.
Well, and I guess what I would like to see from City then is, maybe perhaps if we win possession while they're playing to play that direct ball.
Bad ball in by Max Stigward, and Med City's in.
Good recovery there, block.
I think Wiesmeyer let himself down there taking that extra touch. Francisco Neto lobbying for a foul there. Didn't really see much in that.
No, he was almost as if he lost his balance and then thought it should have been a foul.
All the way from St.
That was what I was saying. It'd be nice if we can, if they're trying to play that direct ball,
Specifically just to that left side.
then we have Zuhair, who's wide open if he can make a run down the left side, a nice diagonal ball to him on the far side with that counter. All sorts of space if we can get a quick recovery and play that diagonal ball across.
Olsen's going to see this one out for a goal kick. Interesting that the only score tally here, and we're now beyond that 15 minutes, Andy, so we're definitely going to have to pay attention to what shifts from that first 15 now. But interesting to think that the first goal was something, you know, rather soft, maybe a deflection. You'd like to see maybe a banger in a game against two teams like this, right?
Yeah, to me, from what I saw from it, you know, he was kind of towards the top of the 18. And to me, it was almost as if it was an unexpected shot, like you know, that Troy wasn't exactly expecting him to shoot there, and it kind of
he didn't get all of it by any means.
Yeah, no, it was kind of almost a floater right into the, you know, and it wasn't even like it was side netting either. I mean, it was definitely to the left of the goal, but
here's that switch you were talking about, a little unsuccessful. I think could have been more on the ball there, but those switches are going to be on. You're correct. City with a good bout of possession here. I think finally starting to get their legs under them, figuring some things out.
The other thing too that I'm noticing is it just seems
as touch there by Garcia,
as if Med City's the more aggressive team so far.
Not sure what's all happening here. Maybe Garcia's going to be booked for pulling a player who was trying to make a run. But, I mean, all in all, I thought that the play on, the advantage was there. They got 3-4 touches after the foul was called. Clearly a foul on Garcia, but the referee is giving a pretty long leash on the advantage there.
Yep, and it looks like Garcia is going into the book.
In the 17th minute, sorry, 18th minute.
Well, there's a break in play here. There's just a great crowd on hand. Not a lot of open seats in the stands, but like John said, if you're near here, or even 20 minutes from here, get on down here for this game. It's been pretty entertaining so far.
Francisco Neto here on the shot. There was no way that I believe he was ever going to pass that, Andy.
No, he definitely looked like he just almost toe bombed it right into the wall.
Good clearance by Alabasi. So now it's time for the Crows to get organized here. Nate Levy has had a lot of action balls to his feet. I think it's time for them to start pressing higher. If I were Coach Van Benschoten, what do you think?
Yeah, I really just feel like they need to get their outside wingbacks, outside fullbacks a little bit more involved in the game here. Again, like if we were able to do a quick switch.
Bad ball back by Garcia.
We really just need to, I think really work those switches, because I definitely think they're on. And the other thing I want to see is we really haven't, Hutton had a couple good moves earlier in the game, and I feel like we really need to use our speed of, Whitney Brown and Nick Hutton and try to see we haven't really tested them with through balls yet.
Great diagonal ball by Charlie Adams to that overlapping back that you said.
Yep. Now
it's what can we do with it?
Yep, and then as soon as he got the ball, it seemed as if he had two guys on him right away, and they're definitely pressing. But as we said, there's another great diagonal ball. Oh, they called him offside, but referee, the AR's got his flag up. So, but like I said, like if we can make that work and he's onside, I mean, you saw the skill that Hutton has. One quick move and he was in the 18, and then runners were coming in through the 18.
Sure.
So we need to keep working those diagonals, those through balls. Let's use our speed. I think we're almost trying to go too much through the middle of the midfield. Let's get outside.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that sequence there was one diagonal ball, didn't work. Get it back to the middle, the other diagonal ball out wide that did work.
Yeah. Quick switches. If one side doesn't work, get it back, switch it. They're going to press. Let's make them work, and even if we don't get a goal out of it, at least we're making them exert some energy in defending us.
Good step by Captain Olsen. Ignacio Mila's got to be careful here, the captain for Med City. That's a few quick fouls early in the game here that, and he's playing a pretty crucial position. He's the left wing back who's getting very high when they do have the ball, but he's tracking back. He'd be a guy that you definitely don't want on a yellow card if that switch is on and he has to be tracking someone with speed and he gets caught napping.
Again, just not on the same page.
The nice part is, even though it was a completely errant ball there, it's the opportunity for the Crows to get up and press this throw in and hopefully create a turnover.
Yep. And I think you're seeing the Crows pressing it now that they have them in their Med City in their own third. We're pressing a little bit higher than we have been.
Little kid called for the foul on Mila.
Unlucky. I don't think there was anything malicious there. Just ended up missing the ball and got the player instead.
I think what happened was he kicked Will Kid's exposed cleats. What happened? That hurts.
Hate when that happens.
Another ball back into Levy. They're using Levy a lot here. Must have been something they worked on in training if they were going to have that high line, that the goalkeeper was going to have to also have a high line. So he would stay connected into his.
He has handled the ball a lot.
Oh, we almost do we have a freeway ball?
Not the freeway, but it went straight over the scoreboard.
We'll be able to get that one back, thankfully.
Yep.
It's the ones that hit a minivan on 94 that we're worried about.
Can you imagine driving down the highway and then all of a sudden there's a soccer ball?
Corner kick again for Med City. I think the Crows are going to have to figure out what to do with the overload of Med City players. It's simple to say when we're seeing it up here and you folks are watching it on camera. As soon as the ball goes out wide right, there's no intent to attack along the right side. Everything is going long to the left. So you hope that the players on the field have to figure that out because it's happened almost every time on the ball for Med City.
They haven't gone down the right-hand side
at all
yet.
Bodies flying everywhere.
Unable to finish there for Med City. Looked like a pretty decent ball. It seemed like he kind of duffed the header.
I think if he would have gotten to it, there was a Crow in the way, and it may have been a little impeding of some stuff there.
All right, we'll take a throw there.
Eli Goldman going on the run here.
Long throw again.
Hutton in for Alabasi. Who's fouled? It's going to have to be a booking if you give one down here. You definitely have to give one down there. But Alabasi getting fouled by number 23, Finley Bloodworth. Fantastic name. In a dangerous position on the corner of the 18-yard box here.
Yeah, what are you looking for here, John?
I think you're not necessarily at a shot position. They are only putting two guys in the wall, so you could potentially, Stigwar on the ball here, sneak one in, but I think your best bet is to fire one into the sun-soaked the sun-soaked goalkeeper, but an unsuccessful ball in by Stigwar.
Now, even though I'm on the official Minneapolis City broadcast here, I must admit that was a pretty soft foul there.
I thought he had position,
but it almost looked like he just lost his balance as opposed to being fouled. But you know what?
There was a bump.
We didn't take advantage of it, so
no blood.
Yeah, there's nothing to complain about.
Oh, unlucky touch by Will Kidd. But again, look where the ball's going down, the left side of the field. It's completely open over here. There you go.
Played their first ball down the right wing.
Alabasi all over it.
Handled it with ease. Beautiful touches.
Does him again. Stigward to Garcia.
See, great job by City there. I mean, they're definitely calm on the ball. They need to string those couple passes together. Break out.
Looks as if Med City has maybe gone into a little bit lower line of pressure here, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say they're sitting back a little bit more. They were kind of pressing higher and earlier of the game, but they still seem to be, even when we're not even out of our own third, putting pressure on the ball and sending two guys to the ball, too.
Good ball into Will Kidd. Whitney Brown springs through. That's just what I mentioned before. Ignacio Mila, that's now his 4th foul. They better be careful with some of those arm tosses and maybe some inappropriate language after getting that yellow card. Now
he's
continuing to go
still
back.
chirping.
Yeah, he's fired up.
And I guess I'm going to be your the yin to your yang.
Well, I mean, we live that lifestyle, Andy.
Because I almost feel like that again was, I don't know how much of Whitney Brown he actually got it. It almost seemed as if Whitney ran right into him.
I'm going to be the yang to your yang. I completely agree with you. I don't think there was really anything in that. I thought it was a heavy touch by Whitney Brown, but I mean, hey, you'll take it. So Max Stigwar on the ball again. Hopefully he can do more with it, but I think this one's more in shooting distance for Stigwar. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. I mean,
into the wall.
Oh, I'd like to see Whitney hit it here.
One touch, I think, too late.
Yep. I think he should have hit it one time early. He had a similar goal. I'm trying to remember who that was against that he scored from a similar area.
That was against, who was our last home game? Oh, good work by Hutton.
Oh, it was against Twin Stars, I think.
It was against Twin Stars.
Scored from a similar area there. That's a foul. Okay, all right.
Now we're even.
And you weren't the yang to my yang. It would have been the yin to my yang.
Okay. Hey, whatever.
I don't even know. Is the yin the white or is the yang the white?
We'll check that at halftime. Get our
Stay tuned for an update.
Oh, good aerial battle by Aaron Olson. I'm also getting messages that we have a celebrity guest watching all the way from Wisconsin. My parents. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Oh, all right. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Hall of Fame coach Andy Bisworm, who, if you listen to the People's Pitch podcast, a 2-part series where I spoke to my dad about his immigrant roots coming over from Germany, and then into what he sees the game kind of going into as the years have passed.
I've met your parents. Good people. Good people.
Good people. So hi, Mom and Dad.
Hi, Bizworms.
Looks like the other captain, Captain Aaron Olson, is also on the verge of going into the book here. I thought there was more into his challenge than there was Mia's, but it's the ref's decision to make.
Yeah, and then his was, again, like you were mentioned, he was kind of persistent infringement, even though we thought that one was maybe not even a foul. But, hey, the referee's got a better advantage than we do.
Neto, good step in by Olson.
Ooh, a little extra there by AO. He better watch himself. He gave him a little
AO.
Yeah.
Another corner in for Med City. While we're taking this corner, Andy, I have been informed in my ear that the dark part is the yin, not ying, yin,
Oh,
and the light part is the yang.
Oh, so okay. Well, I would say I'm the yang then, because I feel if one of us is going to be the dark part, it's going to be you.
I don't really know how to take that, but Francisco Neto on the corner kick here from Med City, taking a couple of these so far. And news from around the north, 3-0 Duluth against La Crosse Harris down in Duluth.
No surprise there.
So Will Kidd on a great turn. Unlucky touch.
That's all right. We'll take the throw in that went way up the pitch.
Not sure what happened. I was admittedly looking down at my notes. See what happened?
As we were talking about the yin and the yang, yin. I kind of felt like like BA Brian Anderson and
The Rock.
The Rock. This is a shout out to all our Brewers fans out there.
Like Coach Cassidy is heated on the sideline. He better be careful.
Oh, and I believe he was something's going on the bench.
Looks as if someone said something to the official there.
Is the ref asking someone to leave?
I think someone was sent off. You don't like to see that, Nate, regardless of what team it is. But you don't like to see the disrespect on a bench from it looks as if it was a yellow card. You don't like to see a disrespect on the bench, specifically when a coaching staff is there. They can stop that from happening. But I think it all started with the coaching staff getting in the ear of the official. The fourth official doing absolutely nothing to help his buddy out.
Well, he walked down there slowly. Oh, and
it looks as if
and it looks like as if someone has been asked to leave.
A coach has been ejected.
Is it the head coach, or is he asking the assistant to leave?
Looks as if Coach Neil Cassidy is going to take an early shower.
Well, I'd say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
There's stuff happening all over the place here.
You know, I think for
fireworks.
I think for next year we need a sideline reporter.
We do.
Because we really.
Are you volunteering?
I would love to do it. And according to our PA announcer, looks as if the coach for Med City has been ejected.
He has. Don't see that every day, huh?
No, no, you do not, John.
So here's the thing. You travel all the way here from Rochester in a van. Where do you go now? Does he go across the street to Perkins?
You know, maybe he's just going to find a spot along the fence where he can peek in.
I don't know, but it's a long walk, and the Crows supporters are giving it to him right now.
Yes, they are. And the best part is the referee is not going to start the game until he gets all the way off the field.
I know you're.
So I'm gonna take us back to my Stegman's legendary days. I was once on a team and I injured my knee, and I would then kind of took over as the manager kind of role. I was on crutches, and I may have been giving the referee a little business.
You were giving the referee the business.
And he turned around to me and he said, "Say one more thing and you're out of here." And he turns around and he starts walking away, and of course I say, "Well, maybe if you're doing your job, I wouldn't have an issue." And he's like, "You're out."
And then you had to crutch.
And then he wouldn't start the game until I crutched all the way off the field and then up a hill.
I was there for that, folks. It was fantastic. All right, the game starts. Not sure how many minutes we wasted on that to see Coach Neil Cassidy take an early shower, but we're now back into action, and Zuhair Al-Abbasi wastes a cross in. Post 4th of July fireworks, huh, Andy?
Oh, man. I mean, only way that would have been better is if he, would have, threw, a water bottle or,
I mean, you're already tossed.
I mean, it was a pretty mild temper tantrum from what we could see, so it's got to be, what he was saying that got him tossed. Because, I mean, he wasn't very animated.
But like I said, it starts with the coaching staff being the ones getting in the ear of the ref. The players then got into it. They get a yellow card. He keeps going, and look what happens. It'll
be interesting to see how the two teams respond here then. Are Med City going to, get one for the Gipper? Or are they going to start the crumble? Here.
Will Kidd in. The Eli Goldman smartly turns.
Oh, held it too long, John.
He did, but wins it back. Good battle. But now Med City is out to attack. Good tackle by... Oh, I don't know about that one.
That's a bad call there. But what I really think is going to be important here is, I think the Crows need to show some composure here and keep a cool head, because,
Med City's all over the place right now.
Coach got kicked out. That was kind of a reckless kind of a couple of events there, and really the referee is going to probably be trying to take control of the game here to make sure it doesn't get completely out of hand. So we're going to really have to keep a cool head here.
Will Kidd on the counterattack here. No, I don't think anyone's really talking to him that he had someone breathing down his neck, but it looks as if we're getting a foul.
Well, and that was a dangerous challenge by the captain. Mia went pretty much studs up from behind, didn't end up hitting him, missed him. But, I mean, he's got to watch out. He's already sitting on that yellow. Looks like a promising opportunity here for City. Let's see what they can do. Hutton plays a beautiful ball.
It's a good sequence of play there by City. Olsen's got to be careful there. Smart not to go into that like a bull in a china shop. Looks like Garcia has this one seen out. Good defense by Jonah Garcia. Jonah Garcia was up for the the best 11 in the conference, but was a snub. I thought an unjust snub. It's been kind of the heartbeat, played almost every minute at center back for City this year. And going into the voting, a City team that had given up the least amount of goals in the conference. So not really sure what happened there in the voting, but he's in our conference 11, Andy.
Not to get a single defensive player on the conference team is just, I don't know what kind of system is used, but I think it's definitely
needs to be looked at
that there's only one City player that made the best 11 for the conference.
And the team that sits at the bottom, Lacrosse Eris, got 2. So that kind of helps fuel what you were saying there.
So I don't know how they're weighting the votes. Like if fans,
good ball by Eli Goldman into a streaking Aaron Olsen.
If fans' votes are weighted.
Oh, nice work by Olsen. The little chazzle dazzle there.
Here we go. This good possession here now. Now get it wide. Get it wide right away. Yes.
Alabasi. Nice ball by Hutton.
Beautiful. Oh, great.
Good work by Whitney
Great
Brown.
chance there.
So what we're seeing now here in the second 15, Andy, is, and after that incident with the coach, Med City is all in disarray. And Minneapolis City is doing what you said, staying composed. And we've gotten multiple chances out of it. So now it looks like you're going to have Max Stigward on the corner kick here. Ball in to Joe. Oh. Looks as if there was some players got tangled up there, but the ball, it was a good ball by Stigward.
Yeah, it was right in the mixer. Keeper couldn't get to it, but no one from City, and I mean Minneapolis City, was able to get onto the end of it.
Oh, we're going to go with Crows. Oh, we established that.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
All right, everybody gets 1, so that's yours.
Sorry. Distracted by the beautiful crowd here tonight. Beautiful crowd. If you're not here yet, come on down.
Is that a crow? What was that?
Well, we are in the crow's nest.
Yeah. A little loud, but it was a crow, being told. Med City looking to get the ball forward to Neto. Another foul on Ignacio Mila.
Yeah,
he's going to have to be careful.
How many is he going to get?
5.
That's got to be a yellow there too.
So number 15, Fernandez, stepped in there.
The goal scorer did not give him an opportunity to play the ball. That's it.
I think Adams needs to be careful here. Like, no need to just get back to playing again because it's been working when we've had the ball.
Definitely.
I mean, outside of a few chances, I don't think Med City has been too dangerous.
Again, that diagonal ball.
Into
Great.
Hutton.
AR seems to have seen something that
I think maybe Neto came from an offside position there.
oh, that could have been.
Here's an opportunity again for that diagonal ball. We haven't seen, outside of that, whether it's a soft shot or deflection or whatever happened there on the Med City goal, Luegi hasn't really been tested.
No, not at all. And I mean, for the most part, City, the Crows have played good defense, have kept
Good
Med
ball
City.
into Eli Goldman. Let's see if we can get something out of this. Will Kidd kind of trailing on the top of the 18.
I would play Will Kidd. Oh, some dazzling moves. Almost an own goal. But we regain a corner out of that. Some great moves there.
Some individual footwork by U23 call-up Eli Goldman.
Last home game winner, if I remember correctly.
Absolutely, yeah. In his first start.
That was.
Since then, he's been a mainstay in the starting lineup. So kids out there looking to get into the system, the U23 route is a positive route to go through.
Yeah, just great depth here for the Crows.
Stigward on the kick. Unlucky handball by Whitney Brown.
We mentioned the U23s. They had a successful weekend.
Yeah, they won the Hayward, Wisconsin semi-professional men's soccer tournament. They played 2 games, scored 15 goals, conceded 0.
I would say that's the makeup of a champion.
Yep, got a nice little trophy out of that.
I saw that. I saw that picture. I hope they are the U23, so they could have drank some beer out of that if they wanted.
Maybe like 3/4 of the team could have.
Yes.
Again, another long ball into Neto. It seems to be what Med City is going to be going for, because the opposite switch is on. They've tried it. Alabasi and Garcia snuffed that attack out.
Just locking it down over there.
Good defensive effort by Med City. Number 14, Hilton Jones. So the coach is ejected, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Up 1-0.
Yep.
Approaching halftime. What do you think the support staff now in charge is going to be saying to the team for Med City? Knowing that right now they're in the playoffs.
You know, if I'm Med City and I'm the staff for Med City, I'm parking the bus. Second half.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, you're saying, you know what?
A good leave behind by number 11, Triton. And a wasted cross. And maybe that's why they're going down that left side, because they're not very astute at whipping in those balls from the right side. But to go back to your parking the bus thing.
I'm parking the bus because you know what? We're in a playoff position right now as we stand.
Mm-hmm.
We get into the playoffs with a tie. So you know what? Go ahead. Come at us, City, or the Crows.
Mm-hmm.
Try to score 2 goals against us.
Well, the thing is that what's happened all year is a mixture of Minneapolis City getting sat on and pressed. There was no real middle ground there.
Yeah.
So they have worked well at being able to break down a team that sits on them.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think, like, yes, that's it, but there's potentially an opportunity for the Crows to break them down. Good one individual effort by Nick Hutton.
Yeah, I guess I just, it feels like as once we get past our half of the field, we have been able to break them down with the press.
Ball into Goldman.
And I feel like, if they could bring more guys back, Med City being that, it'd make it a little bit more difficult, especially on the wings. So I feel like the wings have been open, and if they just pack it in, that might not be the case.
The thing is, they tried to do that versus a few teams in the conference, and it hadn't been successul for them.
So vice versa, let's say we go into the half down by 1. What do you think the Crows are going to do second half?
And the Crows, they have nothing to lose except for that number 1 spot in the, in the region. They're already in. They're already conference title holders. Why not go at it?
But do you think there'd be some changes right at the half, or do you think they'd wait, maybe 10, 15 minutes into the second half to make some changes?
Well, I think you see Justin Oliver warming up right now. I think there's going to be at least a change. You wouldn't get a guy up at this point if you weren't considering a halftime sub.
So, I was thinking the same thing. I feel like Justin Oliver right now has got the hot hand.
Absolutely.
And I think why not go to him and see what he can do?
Good tackle by Alabasi.
Great tackle.
And another great tackle by Adams. Ball into Goldman, who has some daylight.
Smart play there.
Chip into Whitney Brown. It's like a little too far.
Long.
But at least keeping Levy honest. He was playing such a high line before. Now he's having to sit back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, organically you're seeing Med City start to drop back a little bit more to protect their lead. But there's still a whole bunch of stoppage time because of that, whatever the heck that was happening over on the Med City bench. And then, another full half of soccer. So probably not thinking about doing a full-on bus park, but organically just dropping back because they see the benefit of it. Good work here. Good battle by both Nick Hutton and number 11, Triton Jumay.
Yeah, I really wish, opposing teams would, give us a nice, phonetical spelling. That'd be nice.
We have a tough time even getting the roster, Andy.
I mean, John's got a hard enough time just remembering my name, let alone pronouncing other people's names.
I have been getting better at that, so please give me the credit there. Alabasi's been strong all day.
I've been impressed with him. Good
Great
ball
into
too.
Whitney Brown.
Great play by Nicholas Itopoulos there to break that up. That looked promising.
That was a great ball in by Albasi.
Oh, I think he's had a great game, and I really think that going forward, especially in the second half, City could utilize their outside fullbacks a little bit more.
Stewart dispossessed there.
I mean, I don't think either of us are really. I mean, the goal itself was, kind of a say what you will about it goal. Oh, chance here. Great.
For the first time, Luegi's been tested.
And great decision by him to come out and make that play.
Come off his line. Yep, I agree.
But I don't think either of us are surprised by what we've seen here tonight. I mean, it's been a physical game.
Toe to toe.
You have the one team that, yes, the Crows have a lot to play for, but arguably Ed City's got more to play for. And so I thought we both expected them to come out and really press.
Good ball in by Garcia to Hutton, who's in. He's called offsides. Not quite sure about that one. Looks like he ran past his defender. But we don't necessarily have a good angle on that one.
No, we don't. But, then again, the sun is also in that AR's eyes.
Yeah.
So, that could have been a factor. But yeah, it was a good ball, and I think again that's kind of what we've been looking for. And I definitely see. Here's the thing, John. I think that our offensive players, even our outside fullbacks, can take on Med City's defenders.
Specifically because they're really only throwing 3 back.
Yeah, and I just think we're pacier than they are on the outside.
Even through the middle.
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
That was a whole lot of effort for nothing there.
They may not be playing the ball back to him a lot in the second half.
Levy with the mistouch there is what we're talking about. Puts the ball into the supporter section. They're giving it to him.
Love it. Great atmosphere here.
Luegi getting a first touch with his feet into Garcia. He's got some space here. Not a whole lot of movement up top for the Crows.
No, and I kind of feel like,
not an area on the field where you want to lose the ball there.
No, not at all. And, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. Okay, all right. An ambitious shot there. But I was just going to say, it'd be great to get a goal here at the end of the half. But what we really don't want to do is give up a goal.
Right, exactly. Don't really have an indicator on how much time we're being told is it's going to be added on for that ejection of NPSL North Conference Coach of the Year, Neil Cassidy. Good step in by Miles Norville, and a shot going into the park.
And Alabasi, in my opinion, is lucky not to have gained a card there. Kind of a late challenge and tackle there. Just ran right through our boy Triton.
I think Triton made a little bit of a meal of it. He looks to be, his mobility looks to be there. But I think you are correct that he did get a piece of him. But again, Alabasi and Hutton are doing a fantastic job of just winning those 50-50 balls.
Well, that's right. The right side has been completely shut down.
Little kid into Max Stegwart.
And Stegwart's a great player, but I kind of feel like we need to see more out of him as well.
Out wide to Hutton. We got Norville. He's got some size in the middle.
Ambitious.
Another goal kick for Levy.
Apparently, we got some fans on Twitter really enjoying our broadcast tonight.
Yeah.
Everyone out there that's watching or listening, like, thanks for watching. We're here for you.
We are. And thank you, as always, to not only just our fans, but our sponsors. Ride with 2 eyes. Download the app. Get from point A to point B. You got Jack and O's Pizza. Love a slice of Jack and O's.
Or some pasta.
Or some pasta. Maybe a hoagie.
All you out there that are running the Tria, or not Tria, but the triathlon this weekend, go out there, go to Giacchino's and carbo load tonight.
Carbo load. And then finally, Summit Brewing Company, our official title sponsor, and then Palmer's Bar. We're at the half here, folks. It is 1-0 Med City versus your Crows. Some fireworks in the early to mid half of things, seeing Neil Cassidy get sent off. But we'll dive back into what we saw in the first half in a bit. We'll take a little bit of a break and come back to you guys. Thank you again for listening to the first half.
And from what I can see, just upon first glance, is I don't believe I see any changes by either team. So
you see Kevin Hoof now warming up on the sidelines for Minneapolis City. A ball out wide to El Abbasi. I think El Abbasi, probably my man of the match from the first half.
Oh yeah, I think he's done a great job on his wing, and made some nice tackles and got forward a bit, and seemed like good link up and play with Hutton along the left side as well.
Good step in by Olsen. Looks as if the Med City has gone to more of a traditional 4-4-2 here, Nate. Or, I'm sorry, did it again, Andy. Sorry, folks. Looks like as if they're sitting 2 guys up top to try to counterbalance that. Great diagonal ball in by Olsen into Nick Hutton, and Whitney Brown's free for a shot. Oh, just wide.
And actually, now that I'm looking, it looks like Med City did actually make a change. It looks like they took their captain out, Ignacio Milla. Do not see him on the field anymore, and he was, did get a yellow. Was
on the Razors.
Was kind of close to getting a second, so it looks like he's off the field, and looks like they brought on number 7, Terrian Talbot, to play on the left side there.
Great eye, Andy.
That's what I do. But that is kind of a smart move by them, because as we said, he was kind of getting close to.
Ooh, a challenge there by on Lewegi with a little bit of a heavy first touch.
A little lackadaisical here in the back. Interesting ball there.
He is dealing with the sun. We talked about it in the first half. So chose not to go with the cap.
I wouldn't wear the cap either.
Depends. Is it a flex fit? Is it a snapback? What are we talking about here?
I feel like it would just be more of a distraction now. If I was out there, on a night like tonight, what I would be wearing on my head, though?
Headband.
Yeah, all about the headband.
For those of you who are not familiar with Andy's soccer career, it's a Hall of Fame headband.
Oh, yeah. Those things would just be 5 pounds heavier by the end of the game.
Let's see if the Crows are going to get a throw in here. Adams sprinting to the ball.
Oh, he looks hungry. He looks hungry.
He wants it.
Wants the win.
Oh, and then he fumbles the ball.
So who else do you see warming up on the sideline over there?
I see Oliver. I see Oliver. Oh, great 1-2 passing by the Crows. Stigward
Great ball. Great dummy.
Alabasi with the shot. Another one wide.
Just wide. But great dummy there by Hutton. I really like that. Like I said, him and Alabasi on the left side, I think, have been really working well together.
They've been causing some problems for Med City, absolutely. But to answer your question, Justin Oliver and it looks as if Kevin Hoof is warming up.
So if they came in, John, where do you think they would slide in?
Well, I think clearly you're going to get Oliver in the front 3.
Okay.
Whitney Brown turns the corner here.
Great pace. And looks like they're giving him a goal kick.
Yeah, unlucky touch there. Great defending by the new man, Talbot, that came in. I think Kevin Hoof, you put him in at a couple different spots, but it's through the spine. You're going to see him potentially go center back, maybe defensive center midfielder.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Crows can make a kind of a seamless transition if they do decide to make some subs, some fresh legs. Oh, and Neto with a rare mishit there.
Yeah, Neto is one of those guys that that leads the conference in goal scoring, and you bet the farm on him at least putting that onto target. But stuck in the net behind the goal.
Oh man, John, I just keep seeing people walking through the stands with this delicious-looking food from our food truck.
You had ample opportunity.
I know.
To feed the tummy.
Going with some of the guys who are running the triathlon tomorrow to carbo load after the game, so I'm saving myself.
So we have a ball over the fence.
Oh, not quite.
No, not quite. So you're going to carbo load. Are you going to Jackinos?
I think we might just go there. I've heard they've got, we've been talking about tasty pie. I'm probably going to go with some pasta.
Maybe some Alfredo.
I love my Alfredo. And plus, it's a neighborhood institution. And, I love those just kind of, places that feel like they're from a different era.
Yeah, where they had the red cups.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the red cups, and, they got the old school, tablecloths.
Oh, unlucky touch for Talbot here. Sporting a fantastic looking mustache.
I just saw that, too. I was almost knocked off my feet.
Glorious Stegman-esque mustache. Out wide to Garcia. It looks as if now Med City's getting a little bit more stretch than they were in the first half. Unlucky touch by Alabasi. But they don't have anyone up on their sideline warming up at this point, where the Crows have a few.
Yeah, and as we talked about, they definitely, towards the beginning of the game, they were pushing 3-4 people high, and it's kind of back to a more traditional kind of 4-4-2 that they're running now. And
yeah, they're definitely sitting a few guys back, but you're still seeing that they're
still trying to play those long balls, though, up to the left side.
And now they're exposed.
Yep.
If Eli Goldman can get on the end of this.
All right, we win a throw in there.
Into Max Stigward, back to Olsen, back to Adams.
Oh, beautiful ball movement and a switch.
Nick Hutton in on the deflection. Looks like the Crows are getting another quarter. This goal, Andy, has really been the activity center.
Yes, it definitely has.
A lot of construction paperwork.
And I really like the movement there by the Crows, though. Some nice passes and
touches.
And then that switch, almost got us a clean shot.
All these corner kicks that have happened for both sides today, you'd like to see, and you think something may happen out of it, right?
I would love to just get one on the noggin of Norville here.
Or Garcia on the back. It's like a little too high for him there. Perhaps maybe you switch Garcia and Norville, so with his size, he's the one kind of heading the counter pass back into the box, as opposed to having it go to Garcia, who that's now a third time where he's not quite had the height to get there.
Yeah, I just guess I would like to see a little bit better balls on the corners here. We really haven't had one that's been put in kind of a dangerous area.
Yeah, a lot of loft, not a lot of whip.
Yes.
Whip.
Cool whip.
Good win by Alabasi. And now here's where the pressure line needs to be increased by the Crows. Force Levy into playing a needless long ball. Jarvis, sorry. Call him Levy the whole time. Levy is their backup goalkeeper.
He looks a lot different without his hat.
He does. He looks like the other guy. A lot of good passing lanes open for City right now.
Yes, and unlucky touch there.
Good
Great
step by Norville.
Yes, using those long legs.
Really hard to get around a guy like that when he's got the 10-foot leg span.
I know very well.
Good movement by the Crows. And Nick Hutton looks to be potentially
unlucky.
in. Smart effort by number 8, Wiesmeyer, to come from that offside position and not affect the play and let the ball roll, just in case there's an opportunity for one of his teammates to get on the end of it. Crows, again, just being content, keeping the possession, and something is going to break for them. Charlie Adams in here, trying to flick on, but to no avail.
Here's an opportunity. Let's see what we can do. Oh, unlucky with the touch there.
Good win by Garcia.
Norville again.
It's good work by Neto not to climb over the back of Olsen there, but now in a 1v1 battle, potentially whipping in a cross. And nothing that is going to rattle Luegi out for a goal kick. So it looks as if Whitney Brown's going to be making way for Justin Oliver. We talked about him being probably part of that front three. Maybe this is a switch where it puts a Will Kidd up top to be that target guy, or maybe even Nick Hutton to go up top as a target man. Or you're just going to run a fluid three up top and let them interchange.
Yeah, I guess what I've been looking is I almost would like to see more switching from their, the players up top. It's a kind of a little stagnant. And,
yeah, I agree.
And I'd like to get the defense kind of crossing a little bit more confused about who they're tracking.
Looks like a long ball up into the trees, and Oliver climbed a few limbs to try to get to that one. Yeah. Oh. Foul by Max Stigwart. It looks as if Fernandez going down in a heap.
And I don't really see much there, and you gotta think, at what point do we does Med City start to try to kind of slowly just kill this clock?
Well, the problem with that, Andy, is that it's only 1-0.
Yep.
You start to kill the clock, and then you start killing your opportunities if you do get scored on.
Yep.
So perhaps maybe another 10, 15 minutes, and then you start thinking about some kill time. It's as if Fernandez is okay. And now we have some activity on the subs bench for Med City as they look to take a quick free kick that leads into a corner on a nice tackle by Nick Hutton. Just the body language of Oliver right now looks as if he wants it.
Oh yeah, I feel like I heard him on the podcast this week, and he just seems like someone who just really appreciates where he's playing and really is hungry to prove almost to the soccer community that
he should be here.
Yeah.
Yep. Neto on the kick again with the outswinger. Good save by Luegi. I think that maybe was going over, but
might have
better
been going.
safe.
Yeah, I'd rather be sure.
Referee making Neto go to the far side here. This will take about 15 minutes, 20 maybe, give or take traffic.
Faster than his coach walked off the field, though.
That was a definition of a saunter. Neto on the kick.
And
all for naught.
Yeah, he's just really just
putting the wood into it.
Hasn't been looked like he's on tonight.
Outside of the penalty kick he scored against the Crows in Rochester, really hasn't done a ton versus Minneapolis City.
Bad take there on the goal kick. Got to do better than that.
I think you're probably going to start to see in the next 2-3 minutes some more substitutions for the Crows starting to get up.
Gotta say, I'm absent a couple good sequences, I'm kind of disappointed in the way that the Crows have come out here. It almost Not really generating a lot of chances or possession here.
Oh, unlucky touch for Will Kidd. I mean, we did in the beginning, but then there's been that kind of, like, you know, the third quarter breakdown, right? You see some basketball teams having where they come out hot, they're on the front foot, and then everything just kind of fizzles out. Good win by Adams.
Unlucky.
It only takes one, Andy.
I know, you know, let's see, we got a player warming up for the Crows.
It's still Kevin Huff. Good challenge by Alabasi, but there's no movement up top.
Good move there. But there's no one showing for him. I mean, a good play there. Let's kick it out wide.
Here's
yes, now take space. Good ball. Oh.
Now there's got to be the press to not let them out of here.
Yep, exactly. They got out way too easy.
Everything goes long to the left tonight.
Let's see what the Crows can do here. We got
fairly stretched out.
Good ball. Oh, unlucky there, but that looked like it was going to be a beautiful little flick on.
Oh, unlucky challenge. There's a 3-on-2 here, it looks. Fernandez wastes his chance wide. A lot more he could have probably done with that, Andy. And also up for the Crows, Abdallah Ba, it looks like.
Don't see, you know, if I felt like Med City there could have just held the ball up, waited for numbers to come up rather than wasting
Eli
that.
Goldman on a great flick to Oliver. Oh, unlucky.
And Oliver did not get all of that, but
great ball by Eli Goldman.
Yes. You know, could we see a potential Kevin Hoof coming in perhaps for Charlie Adams in the midfield?
I think that's what you may see. Maybe even a Stigwart and pushing, either pushing Adams up or potentially just sitting in there in that number 8 spot. Referee urging Jarvis to kick the ball here. Lots of time wasting. Like you said, it's 60 minutes now. It's starting. So perhaps now is the opportunity where the referee needs to start being serious about getting the game going.
I agree. I mean, if I was in Med City's position, I would be doing everything I could to kind of just bleed that clock.
Mick Hutton wanting this through ball. And he's going to, oh, unlucky. Miles Norville just mishit that one. But he collects the ball back, and the Crows retain possession.
Well, and I really do think that they need to be utilizing Hutton kind of with those balls over the top. I just think he's got the speed to take on the defender. Good throw in. Good ball. Hit it.
Another corner for the Crows. Good interchangeability, like we talked about with Oliver and Kidd. Maybe going back to their St. Thomas days. Sharing one heartbeat.
Tommy's going to be looking for a conference here in the future.
Yeah. Soccer politics in Minneapolis. Sports politics.
I know.
Because if Norville did go back post, Jarvis is just content in wasting this one up to a single Neto. Olsen with a missed clearance, but eventually to no avail. Now maybe you look for Luegi to get a quick one here.
I would hit Hutton up the left again.
Good line breaking pass into Eli Goldman, who's in. Right idea, just that last piece of execution we've talked about just hasn't been there. Goldman gets fouled by number 4, Itopoulos, who gets booked, and we have a dangerous free kick about 25 out. Smart movement off the ball, though, by Goldman.
Oh, I think, you know, I think we've already seen, I think Oliver has been making a difference coming in because he's kind of dropping back from his forward playing position, receiving the ball, and either taking guys on or playing the ball to other people. Just simple, real quick little touches. Yeah,
absolutely. I agree with you. Looks like they're going to put the whole team in the wall here. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the wall.
Now, if you, I mean, I almost feel like you got, if you're City here, you gotta, you know, not, you gotta think of something. Oh, looks like a deflection to me.
Deflection, yep. Another corner kick. So is this the opportunity where the Crows can finally capitalize on one of these?
You know, I really hope, and it just comes down to, and we got Oliver taking, I don't think he's taken a corner yet.
The Med City has a sub that's being told to come on.
I think they're going to make him wait until after the corner here.
Perhaps a game-tying decision. They could have him in.
Oh, no, it looks like they are being granted the substitution. So it looks like number, the 1. What's the second number?
Say maybe 14 or 11.
Probably, I think, Triton's coming off. Triton Jumo's day is done. And coming on.
Number 18, maybe? Ayo Odebayo, maybe?
Oh, deflection there. So coming on then. Interesting. So it looks like he's, so number 18.
Adebayo.
Ayo Adebayo.
So he's going to go up top with Neto.
And maybe perhaps they're going to.
Referees not necessarily paying attention to how long the Med City keeper is holding onto the ball here.
You have to think if he holds on to it
Puts it down.
another time for a long period of time, you got to think that a yellow's warranted.
Oliver with some great movement up top. The lanes have been opening up, Andy. It's just a matter of that final pass or a better execution. Stigward's, you know, very high, not typically known for getting that high up into the attack, but perhaps covering for Goldman, who was checked back to help out. Citizens are getting into it.
Yeah, they want to see a result here. I think they're just as anxious as we are. We want to see, you know, something happen here in the second half here. Another long ball.
I don't think anyone told Adams that he had a man on.
And you know, I got to take a little issue here with what the City's doing. That's like a couple long balls in a row up to Justin Oliver, and I don't think that's his.
It's not his game.
It's not his game. You play it to his feet. You don't play him high arcing balls. If you're going to play a high arcing ball, trying to get a through ball, I think you got to play that to Hutton, someone who can run onto it a little taller.
Oh, unlucky decision there by Olsen. Norville out to defend.
Ooh,
Adebayo.
Dangerous ball there.
Over the top of Alabasi. I thought he fouled him, but luckily for the Crows, that one went wide.
Yeah, I mean, it was just pretty much, I mean, he was just standing there waiting for it. Not gonna lie, my heart skipped a beat right there when I saw that. Good hold up. Oh, unlucky, lost it.
Good play by Norville's legs.
Just a little bit of a touch to just disrupt that pass.
Just living that island life, the Barbados native. Cool, calm, and collective.
Good step there.
Another great
step. Norville. He might be my MVP so far for City.
I still think it's Alabasi.
It's just been so steady back there.
Good defensive effort by Hutton. And Med City with a nice quick 1-2 to get out of that pressure. Good tackle by Adams. And there's another Med City corner. And in that corner, standing in this box, I have achieved my movement goal on my iPhone, or my Apple Watch.
Way to go. Way to go. What an accomplishment.
Who's to say this isn't hard work up here, Andy? So it looks like Adams and Will Kidd will be making way for Hoof and Abdallah Ba. Little kid, player to watch today. Andy, what'd you see?
You know, the thing that I always appreciate about Will Kidd is just high effort. You know, he's going to go out there and give you everything he's got. And I think that he had some nice plays, you know, holding the ball up, making the smart passes. Just didn't, you know, have any opportunities really in the final third. And so I think, you know, we're making a move where we can get someone, you know, that hopefully will get some offensive opportunities. And then as far as Adams, I mean, some great tackles, some great link-up play in the midfield, and I just think it was, you know, time to put some fresh legs out there.
I mean, what you get with that substitution is another smasher in the middle.
Yeah.
One that maybe isn't on the thin line of the referee's book.
Yep.
But also one that, nice leave. Good tackle by Mpls. On that yellow card, so that was a dangerous one. But what you get in Hoof is height. We're talking about all these corners we're getting. Perhaps he ends up working into getting himself into a scoring opportunity off of a corner kick.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, very similar player to Adams, but, you know, like you said, a little bit taller and, you know, very solid and is going to get stuck in and win those balls in the midfield like we need.
It's like Shea Bottom is warming up for the Crows.
So, give us some information on Shea Bottom, because I don't believe he has played for the Crows.
This could be his Crow debut if he does come on. So St. Thomas graduate, was voted Division III Player of the Year at St. Thomas in his senior year. Went on some trials, some MLS trials, some USL trials. Ended up deciding to go the route of software engineer and not play soccer, but to become a working stiff. And it's kind of been a 2-year process of him trying to figure out, does he want to keep soccer in his life, or is he
going to be a corner?
Another corner, or is he content with being, you know, letting it be more of a pastime for him?
Yeah.
But fully engaged now, and you know, if he doesn't make it into here, potentially making a playoff appearance.
So what would he bring to the field?
He's your kind of your attacking center midfielder, or even like your number 8.
Okay.
Real quickly, Oliver on the kick here.
Interesting, playing it to the top of the 18.
Not really what you're looking for, but Crows are getting the numbers back. It looks like Abdallah Ba doing a really good job of tracking. Maybe some help on Neto here. But haven't seen a ton out of Neto.
No, he's just has missed his mark again.
But to go back to Shea Bottom, he's the type of midfielder that can control a game, both offensively and defensively. Has every pass in the tree that he can make, and has the size and the opportunity to be able to also score from that midfield spot. Norville with a little mazy run into Goldman.
Good pass. And just was.
It's like Eli may have hurt himself.
Was he sniped or was he tripped?
I think he got caught in the turf and cramped. But now Shea Bottom is getting his jersey on, and you don't like to see that.
No, and if actually, fun fact from my Stegman's legendary playing career, this very field here at Edor Nelson Field is where I tore my meniscus.
Oh man, sorry to hear, pal.
Hopefully it looks like it's just a cramp, nothing more serious.
But I think you're going to see Bottom probably make way a little bit sooner than
what they were originally
planning. Yeah, but I mean, it's hot out there today.
Oh, it is. Well, I mean, if I was out there, I would have gone through like two or three jerseys.
Gross.
And a couple headbands.
Less gross.
No, it kind of just feels like, you know, you're kind of just in a swimming pool, kind of.
Constantly warmed up.
Yeah, just
Well, the negative side of this, outside of just hoping that Eli's okay, was the fact that
They had a good opportunity.
they
brewing
really
there.
did. It was a 3-on-2.
And
Good sportsmanship.
Med City's
by
doing
Med City.
the classy thing there, kicking it back to us.
Thank you for that, Med City. I'll give you a point in the sportsmanship book. The diagonal ball to Hutton is on.
I know, like, I just don't know why we're not hitting that more. Like, again.
Neto dropped pretty deep here to get that. Another great challenge by Alabasi. Garcia almost running into the lino there. Shea Bottom is at the table, so we are going to get a Crow debut for former Division III National Player of the Year at St. Thomas, Shea Bottom. I know a lot of fans were, you know, when we did our player announcements, were really interested in the fact that he was joining the roster. And you know, like we said, it just kind of hasn't materialized yet, but we're here to see it.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, talk about another player that's just got an impeccable name.
Shea Bottom.
Yeah.
I think it also speaks to the depth of the Crows. You have a former Division III Player of the Year who hasn't featured for you yet.
I agree, and you know, I think you know, part of that credit needs to go to the Crows, you know, impeccable staff that they had, including yours or you,
Yeah.
Mr. Bizworm, just putting in that off-season hard work and helping form the team.
Working with the great coaching staff, we really do have, we really are blessed with a good group of individuals that can kind of bring in this talent and help me identify the folks that we'd like to have in. Norville looking for the chip there, but
just not a good ball. But he recovers, but you're starting to see kind of Med City now
falling
drop.
apart a little bit,
Well,
though.
and they're dropping more, so kind of when they don't have the ball, Neto's kind of their sole striker up top, and they're dropping everyone else.
Good tackle by Stigward.
And so, like, it's here where we need to kind of counter quickly.
Oh, unlucky touch by Goldman. Probably, maybe his last of the game. Again, I'm not impressed with the shift that Neto's put in today. Looks like he's in second gear. A lot of his touches have been, you know, have kind of left him, you know, a little down. You know, having the talent that he has and the ability for him to change a game, you want to come watch a guy like that.
And here we go. That Crows debut.
Substitution for Minneapolis City. Coming on the field, making his
Shea Bottom in for Eli Goldman. It's almost like we scripted it.
replacing number 11, Eli Goldman.
Med City player down. Wondering how much time we're going to be adding on here. It seems as if it's getting a little bit beyond the natural pace.
Little fabricated.
Looks like Andy Delane's doing a little bit of scouting report here while we're waiting.
Doing some scouting. You know, the game got a game break here.
Another errant pass by City. Aforementioned. Good work by Norville to see that one out. You look at Miles and you see tall center back, kind of lanky, but
You know
he's
who
got some pace.
You know who he kind of reminds me of?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No, that's not that lanky. He kind of reminds me of a more slender version of.
Good ball in by Hoof to a rushing Hutton. What
Can he make something happen
can he
here?
do something with it.
Oh, that's a. Oh,
Shea Bottom.
Oh.
Oh, it
Oh.
looked like Oliver had the right idea, but I don't think his friends communicated with him actually what the space he had was.
Good challenge there. Oh.
Great. No, that's all ball.
It was all ball, but it did appear that perhaps his one leg had kind of studs up.
And Jonah Garcia is on a yellow card, and that kind of sparks, looks like Matt Murakami is getting up on the Crows bench, potentially looking at looking at maybe making a substitution there to save out something that could be a little dicey.
But as I was saying, Norville, kind of a more slender version, reminds me of a former U.S. great, Eddie Pope.
Eddie Pope, huh? I would say more of a Gucci Onyewu.
Oh, yeah, he's got to hit the weight room, though.
Great tackle in by Alabasi. Alabasi, I'm telling you, he's our man of the match so far.
He's had a great game. I think he's had a great season, great addition to the Crows. And we're approaching, we're in the 80th minute. Are we going to be able to make something happen here?
Maybe. So, folks, we've been just told by our engineer that we are having some troubles with my Kuju, but we are streaming live on our Twitter feed. So if you have any opportunities where things are interrupted, please head over to at Mpls City SC and go get the audio and video from there. We are working on it.
I believe we did just get the thumbs up.
Oh, good dummy by Abdallah Ba. And pressure. Good work by Abdallah Ba.
See if we can make something happen here.
Hoofs on. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage. Some substitutions were made, but you know, the cohesion of the substitutes hasn't quite been there yet. Andy, would you agree?
I would agree, and I just, you know, what I'm seeing. Oh, that's got to be a foul on Med. It said, "Thank you, and I would give a yellow there.
The chant of "You got hoofed."
I just, you know, like you mentioned the cohesion. It just doesn't seem like we're just linking those passes together now, and you're really seeing, I think, Med City.
Shea Bottom on the ball.
Oh, good switch there.
A little dangerous, but we'll take it.
And like just those, we're having errant touches, errant passes.
Yep.
You know, and I almost feel like perhaps, you know, are the Crows trying to push a little too forward too fast rather than playing their game and just
again another unlucky touch.
Just passing the ball and finding the open guy.
Good tackle by Ba. Looks as if they moved Neto out wide. There's a lot of disorganization right now, and I think you need your captain Olsen, you need your veteran players like Stigwart and Hoof to just take the reins and start getting the guys organized.
And they just don't seem like they're playing their game. They look, gotta say, for the first time tonight, they almost look like they're a little bit frazzled.
Yeah, I think so. And there's no reason to be frazzled, right? It's getting very stagnant up top.
Yep.
You know, you bring on a guy like Bottom who can pick out the passes, wants to go forward, and you know, he's having to drop back to find the ball because there's no movement. Hoof wastes one into Jarvis. Ben Wexler up on the bench, but also Murakami, who's going in for Norville at the center back position. So perhaps it's a 3-back system that Ben Benskoten is going to go to and push another person forward. And that is exactly what it looks like. It looks as if Murakami is going to slot himself into the middle of the field, and we're going to go with a 3-back the rest of the way.
Interesting move.
So what do you see with the 3-back, Andy?
Well, we're
Put you on the
just
spot.
we're just gonna we want to push forward a little bit more, and I think what you're gonna see is perhaps really the outside, mids really push wide, and we add another person into the to the middle of the field.
Med City is going to get a substitution here. Fernandez, the goal scorer, has been on the ground multiple times. I think it's time for the referee to have him come off and add this time back on. Wasting all the time. At some point, it gets a little much, right?
Yeah.
I am fully a proponent of time wasting and trying to kill a game out, but it does get excessive at some points. And I'm saying that from soccer across the board, not just what we're seeing right now.
Oh, and stopping the stretch while on the come on, you're 10 yards from the sideline. Just keep walking. And then here's the thing: we're going to see him reach the sideline, and I guarantee he's going to start walking normally.
There you go.
And oh, boom! He's cured.
Such is the life of a soccer game, right?
Yeah.
The sun's setting here on Minneapolis. 85th minute plus stoppage time left to go. 1-0 Med City. Currently, as it stands, Med City in the playoffs. Currently, as it stands, Duluth out of the playoffs.
And you know, John, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I just am starting to have my doubts on whether or not the Crows can get an equalizer here.
Well, we did just make a system change through substitution, so I would say I hear you, but I'd say let's give it about 5 minutes, see what happens, and then maybe I'll be back on the yin train.
Yeah. All right. Be the yin train.
Oh, we got a roof ball. I heard
boy.
it.
Oh boy.
I heard it.
Be the yin.
The yin.
Yin. To my yang. Oh, good touch there. Good touch there. Let's see. Oh. Let's not waste this opportunity now. Let's see what we can do here. I don't see a lot of just openings here.
Oh, bad pass by Olsen. Good track back by Alabasi. Looks like Alabasi may have moved himself closer up top, and that has to be another yellow card on Atopoulos, unless he's going to give it to Oliver.
No, so it looks like it's going to be a Crows kick. But what's he going to do? I mean, and now what's going on the sideline over here?
Abayo is just doing something stupid, taking the ball away from the Crows. We don't need this. It's completely unnecessary.
You know what? Just keep adding to that extra time.
Luckily, the linesperson right on it. Good job on him. But has yet to communicate with the center official what he saw, and I think they're having that conversation right now. It looks as if he's going to the book. So Adebayo in the 87th minute going to the book, and everyone on earth wearing a blue shirt is back to defend this right now.
What do you think? What do you think the strategy here is? Do you think
it's on target? It's got to be.
You think so?
Yeah, and it looks like Bottom's going to take this.
A lot of guys in the wall, though.
Can't just pick up the ball and run.
Not gonna lie, this would be a great moment in his debut.
It would be fantastic, right? And you know, a little cheekiness there. He moved the ball back when the ref wasn't looking to get a little bit more of an advantage.
So cheeky.
The ref could figure that out by just counting the hash marks, but hey. So Shea Bottom on the ball here for the free kick for the Crows. Didn't get over it.
All right, so we got
Just
under 3 minutes and stoppage time left. Do the Crows
have it? At this point, if you're in Duluth, you're putting your hands together and hoping for the soccer gods to give us a goal here, because it would knock the reigning regional champions down a peg and out of the playoffs. They sat on top of this conference for a while, as did Med City, and both of them looking back up at the Crows now at this point, and one of them will not be going to the postseason. They did play Lacrosse Aris tonight. That's a W in the column, regardless of whatever the score was. It was 3-0 in the first 15, 20 minutes. So so that is what it is. Another player down for Mad City, and it's getting a little bit over the top.
Oh, and he's just took both of his socks down. So I don't know, is he cramping in both legs?
But it is TCO night, folks, and David Bloomquist has made his Friday night debut on the pitch. A fantastic trainer. So we'd like to thank our sponsor, Twin Cities Orthopedics. Also like to thank our sponsor, Ride with 2 Eyes. Download the app, put in Soccer 19. get from point A to point B, and then they kick us back $1 per ride. Jack and O's Pizza. Andy's probably going to go there, get some sweet Alfredo sauce.
Hey,
Summit Brewing Company got a whole line of great suds. So
you guys want to meet me at Giacono's?
after Palmer's, right? We got to
Oh yeah,
celebrate.
yeah. So we're gonna go, you know, drink some beers out of the cup.
So speaking of Palmer's, the official bar of Minneapolis City, pre and post game. Head on over to Palmer's, their game day ticket, get a deal on Summit taps, and then with your membership card, get a deal all year round. And then finally, Andy, why don't you talk about your experience with your Alfredo you're going to have?
Well, you know, I'm kind of an Alfredo guy. If they got tortellini, I'm probably going tortellini. I don't know if they do. I'm a big fan of cheese ravioli. Probably going to empty the Parmesan, you know, container onto the Alfredo.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. I'm just taking the top off, not even going to shake it.
Right, so the Crows are looking to attack here.
Oh.
A wasted ball by Alabasi. You don't want to see that there when you have possession.
No, and it just gives, you know, it just gives them another opportunity, too, to waste time here. He's going to slowly trot back, take the kick. And let's see here. My eyes are on the fourth official, and I'm looking to see if he's going to give any indication of how much time. And I feel like I may have seen him hold up his hand and indicate 5 additional minutes.
I even think that's a little light, to be honest with
No,
you.
I do. I agree. But it seemed as if he motioned to the Crows bench with a hand up.
And now another player is down for Med City.
And you know what? Like, to me, there's no reason to stop the game. You just keep playing. I'm sorry, but I don't see any reason to stop the game.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit over the top. I mean, like I said, I get it from an overall soccer perspective, not being biased right here, but it's now been 5-6 players doing the same exact thing, and we're now into stoppage time. How much more is going to be added on? We thought 5 was light, but I mean, regardless of the situation, it's 1-0. The Crows have been pushing. Every time they do make a push, someone else goes down.
And here's the thing. Yes, it's a hot, humid night.
So cramping does happen.
It does happen, but we have not seen, have we seen a single Crows player drop down cramping tonight?
Just Eli.
Just Eli.
But it was during the run of play when we had the ball.
Yes,
So
and there was a challenge, potential challenge there. It's not like he was just walking and he went to the ground.
I mean,
Okay, so you're cramping. Get him up. You get him off the field.
stretcher. We
Like,
don't have one. It's not in the
See,
budget.
unlike you, have never been a proponent of the, you know, dropping down to the ground and, you know, faking an injury. I'm sorry, but get up, play the game, and kill time the right way. Be more like a hockey player.
Take your lumps.
Take your lumps. You're going to play until you can't skate no more.
So Neto is coming off now.
And
Wondering
once
how
again,
much time.
once again, limping. But let's see what happens once he gets to that sideline. Oh, and he's going to be subbed off, but he kicks the cones.
He might have hurt himself. So he goes off for number 9, Jordan Lennon, making his game debut here. How much time we had on? 2 more?
Don't know. I thought I saw 5, but
Into Hutton.
and look at that. What they should have been doing all game.
Out wide to Olsen. Can he get there? Oh, good touch. Back down to Hutton.
Gotta get something here. This is promising. Got numbers forward. All right.
Maybe you leave this one for Hutton. Let him throw his long ball in.
Swing it.
The clock has stopped at 90. We're going to blame that on Nate's birthday. So we don't know how much time has surpassed, but I'd assume there's probably 2 minutes left.
And,
Ooh, unlucky. Almost the ball into Ba. And now we'll see how much time Jarvis takes. You have to think that we're now beyond the 5 seconds. Oh, bad challenge.
Gotta be a foul there.
I don't think the referee was paying attention to it.
Can't just run through a player.
I mean, you can. You get called for it.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Good point.
Hoof sees it out. Now we get the opportunity here for Lewegi to thump one or play it back into Hoof. Doesn't seem like that was maybe a smart decision to make. We want to get this ball forward. And now the opportunity for Hoof to hoof one in here. Murakami on the ball. His first touch of the day. Ooh, the referee taking back the advantage.
And I gotta say that it's just the one thing that if there's one thing I'm gonna dislike
Hutton's
about
in.
soccer, it's the time wasting.
I'm gonna just say this. What I'm seeing out of Med City is it's been terrible to watch, Andy. First, you see a player on their bench yell at the referee, get booked while he's not even on the field. Then the coach gets sent off, and now guys are shoving people after the play. Guys are stealing the ball away. I understand the importance of this game for them, but there's no need for a lot of this extra stuff. They were doing just fine without it in the first half.
Yep. Respect the game. Respect the players.
Looks like number 22.
And if you're
Number 22, Ingacio Garrido is getting his a yellow card for his involvement in that.
well, if you're the Crows here, I feel like you gotta. I would,
The ref's making them put the ball back by 2 inches.
All right, let's see what the Crows can do here. Interesting ball.
You would have liked to see maybe a driven ball in there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I almost would have played the ball over to AO and then have him drive the ball and kind of get some movement.
A different angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because everyone was anticipating it.
Yep. You gotta wonder how much time is left at this point.
I mean, you'd think like a minute or two.
You would hope, but I just have a feeling that at any moment here, referee's gonna blow his whistle.
Unlucky clearance by Stigward.
All right, so we got a Crows throw in here. Oh,
And then a Med City player takes the ball. That's what I'm talking about.
well,
Like,
we had a Crows fan throw it to him though. Come on.
Bassi back to Olsen. You think this is last-ditch attempt time here. Garcia can get one into the mixer. Good ball in for Hoof.
Who's there? Who wants it? Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Good step in by Olsen. Bodies flying everywhere.
I know. I'm just. Oh.
Unlucky touch by Bottom. It's a good ball in for Hoof.
Who wants it?
Murakami had the opportunity. Still apparently time left.
Man, I don't even know how many minutes we're into it now.
Oh, dollar
Megged
fine.
him.
Dollar fine. Hutton's on back post. Stigward finds him.
Could this be?
Oh,
Oh,
unlucky. Another knockdown that could have been.
And that's it.
And that's it. Looks as if Duluth has been knocked out of the playoffs. And for the first time in 3 years, Med City makes it on the last day. Nate, I have to say, regardless of the fact that this really didn't mean a ton for the Crows, outside of maybe that top spot in the region, already in the playoffs, already the champion. You think that maybe they were like kind of caught in second or third gear tonight and really never amped it up into fourth gear.
Yeah, I just don't know what to make about this game. They had stretches of the